Hey there, thanks for joining us at the Rabbit Hole of Research, where you'll learn a few facts that you can impress your friends with at a party. Hey, welcome to the Rabbit Hole of Research, episode 20.1, the B-side. This is the mini possession episode from last week. We have Joe, and we have Nick.
You got Nick.
And we got Georgia.
Hello.
Yeah. What did you guys think of that possession episode?
So spooky.
Spooky?
I thought it was a lot of fun. I feel like I say that about every episode, but this one was particularly a lot of fun. Like, we got to mess around a lot and see do a lot of hand waving.
Yes, there was a lot of hand waving. I don't know.
Yeah, on the science side, it might have been a little...
What science? There was no
there was
science.
some. We talked about,
We carried, we got some in there.
We talked a little bit about energy and the Ouija board and following the eyes. There's some cool stuff in there. So
I feel like we have something to do for next year. Get to do the Ouija board next year.
we're going to go.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Are we going to actually do the Ouija
I don't
board?
know. I'm not.
I don't know.
Not?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I will.
But I guess we have a long time
We
to
have almost a year
think about it.
to get to it. But yeah, no, it was
Or
really
there's
fun.
Nothing to think about.
So the other thing that came up was Melissa, one of the co-owners of Reed's Local that hosted us. She had made a comment about hearing a child laugh during a particular segment in the episode. And so it was approximately at the 51-minute, 10-second mark. If you're playing on the Ouija board, Georgia's mentioning about the age. Oh, up, you got to be 8 or older. And we start laughing. And then in the laughs, there's another laugh in there. Like a little, ah. And if you listen, you'll hear it. And it's just really weird. And so once again, maybe that's the Reed's Local ghosts or something in there. But it was really, it added to the whole possession, or I guess some sort of spirit might have been with us.
It could have been. Like, we were getting some high EMFs for a minute, remember?
That's right, yeah.
What? No, that was even on the second and redo, wasn't it?
Yeah, we didn't have the meter for the first one. Remember, we got about 6 minutes in, and then
We realized
Yeah.
you went through your list a second time.
I didn't. It was an abbreviated list.
I do feel like
Was it?
And it was
I do
incorporated
feel
in.
like
It
the
didn't-
list was a little more, seemed less. I'm trying to figure out how to
I don't
say
know. The
it.
list was cool.
No, the list was good, but I think the second time around it felt a little more relaxed.
Okay, it was a relaxed list defining what a spirit is and ways you could become possessed.
And then, of course, it was so cool because we had the added guest of the killer pinata, of course.
That's right. Yeah, Stephen was there, so that was really cool. So that was neat and learned a lot about Killer Pinata. Hopefully we get to be the podcast. Rabbit Hole Research is in Killer
hope
Pinata
so.
3. That's what he said.
I
He
can't
said we're
wait.
going to have a spot maybe in the opening credits. I don't know. That'd be cool. We're there for it. Yeah.
And we have
cool.
it on tape.
It is on. Yes, we have it on tape now. It's on the internets.
So-
Yeah, and then Reed's, just to give them a little shout out, love. They have a bunch of stuff going on. You can check them out. The Reed zine that Melissa puts out. It's on Instagram. You can go check out all the events. I think they have something like almost every day or every other day. So a lot of cool stuff and kind of spooky theme things. So
And they watch a lot of
Yeah, check 'em
VHS
out.
tapes.
and then a little update. Last we talked about the horror house and everything they were going through. They have the GoFundMe still going on. We'll throw some of this stuff up in the show notes so you can click on it. But because of the GoFundMe, they actually signed a lease on their new place.
Oh, that's
so they're
awesome.
accelerating their plans
yeah.
to move
That'd
and
be
get
good.
reset back up. So really happy for those guys, Moses, Vinny. They're really awesome. If you got a little bit of extra coin, throw it their way on their GoFundMe. Yeah, cool.
I just want to say I want to apologize because I was planning on making new custom art for the episode and I didn't get it done. And then I was thinking, oh, maybe I can get it done by the mini episode. I didn't. So I have my sketches. I was going to do the original Annabelle doll and the killer pinata, and I didn't get it done.
It's all
Were
good
they
time.
going to be making out? Is that what it was? Like,
Maybe Annabelle is going to be riding the pinata.
You know what? Those are all.
It should be Annabelle and Robert the Doll just making.
Oh, come on! Why we got to bring up Robert the Doll? Why?
You have to do this every time.
People.
No. Thank you, Robert. Thank you, Robert.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I can't wait to see George's interpretation of you making out with Annabelle. I think it's going to be beautiful.
Anyway, I think all those ideas are beyond my
what we're doing here
capabilities, but
watch anything, Nick? What do you got? Were you watching anything? Any possessed? We had a big list over the last 2 episodes: werewolves and possession movies. I know you've been watching a horror movie a night. You still sticking with that?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Obviously I've been watching Agatha on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
That's been a lot of fun. And what's one that we were just watching recently? We were watching a foreign film. I want to say it was Korean that takes place in America. What is the name of it? Exhumed. It's on Max.
Okay.
See, we don't have that.
We don't have Max.
It was a pretty cool movie. A lot of fun. It's creepy. I dig it.
That's cool. Cool.
What about you guys? What have you guys been watching?
We watched the original Halloween with our 14-year-old son.
We did watch Halloween. John Carpenter.
I don't know if he was that impressed, but he's...
Well, an important lesson is to lock your door. If they locked their doors, there would have been a lot less
even shut the door.
Right. It was just blatant. Car doors left open, house doors left open. And I think it's just kind of important.
Isn't that what you guys used to do back in the day?
I didn't do that. I grew up in West Philly, so we didn't leave any door open. I locked doors. I still lock doors. And I grew up with horror movies, probably, and that instilled this desire to keep the doors locked and ready to go. But kids leave the doors open.
Do you think that Xavier took that away from watching that at all?
I hope he did. I reinforced it. I was like, that's why we lock the doors. When you come in the house, you come in from school, you just don't leave the door open.
I'm doubtful.
Close the door.
This is why you always leave a note.
Dinner's in the oven. That's from Fright Night of people. Night of the Demons. We watched that. Melissa had mentioned that in the episode. I hadn't seen it in many. Actually, the only thing I remembered from the movie was the last scene of the movie. And it was 80s.
Yeah, very 80s.
80s horror, gore.
Boobs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Boobs. Yes. Then I'm reading the book of Elsewhere by Keanu Reeves and China Melville. It's inspired by the world of the Berserker comic books. So it's really cool. I'm about halfway through. It's neat. It's fun. It reads like an action movie. It's good. It's a good read so far. So.
Oh, that makes me think. I read a book, a young adult book, and I hadn't even really made this connection, but it's a ghost story.
Oh, there it is.
And it's called Hollow Fires. And I'm sorry, I cannot remember the author's name, but she lives in Hyde Park. And they kept mentioning going to Medici's for the cocoa and cookies.
Samira Hamid?
Yes. And her book, Internment, is really good. But it's really a sobering story, but very good.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Any other updates we have, Joe?
Yeah, I think that's all I had for this one.
Just enjoy the rest of the spooky season.
Yeah,
we're almost through almost at the end of our season.
I can't believe it.
Yeah, so almost at the end.
And then, Joe, you were looking at statistics of listeners, and we have quite a few different countries represented.
Yeah, 10% of the listeners live outside the United States. So
I saw Germany.
Welcome, Germany,
I saw
Thailand, and Belgium.
Yeah, it was really cool.
So awesome. Thanks for listening. Yeah, thanks for joining, going on the rabbit holes with us. The other thing that came up was that there was an article in the Scientist magazine. It was an interview about what I do in my day job. So I'll put links to that if anyone wants to check out when I'm not down in the basement studio having fun.
With a cute little avatar cartoon.
It is a nice little cartoon. Yeah, some people say they like the cartoon better than they like what I look like.
To realize it was you. I don't know what happened. I was like, interesting. And then I started reading it, and I was like,
you're like, why did you send me this?
Yeah, I was so confused for a good 10 minutes. And then I looked at the link again when you sent it, and I was like, hey, is that supposed to be Joe? And And then I had to go back in, and I'm like, that was Joe.
There's other pictures in the article that are of me.
They're
Yeah, I'll put that
actually of you, not
of me. That's right.
All right.
This has been fun.
This has been a mini hole.
Yep, you got Joe here, you got Nick, you got Georgia, and yeah, this is it.
Bye-bye.
Stay
Bye.
scary. Love y'all.
Happy Halloween.